Potential Spearhead, shaking skeleton speculation. Yo, what's up, hunters and collectors? Steel Vico here, and today I have a special treat for you guys. Yes, I have acquired the 36, whatever these are, Janglin bones skeleton. This is the shaking skeleton that I believe many of you collectors out there, and maybe some of you just plain hunters or people just curious about this video, may have either had grandparents or parents that have had this skeleton. Yeah. So, yes, I am recording in my basement, in a different area. That is simply because, like I said, in my previous video, with the review, or the unboxing, my work area is currently a little bit crowded, so I'm gonna have to record just just out here. It's not far from my work area, so I'm gonna be speculating on this guy, talking about him, and anything that has to do with this skeleton. We're gonna learn some more stuff about Spearhead Industries and those guys. So, some of these items I'm not sure if they came in the box with him. My grandma has a weird way of packing things sometimes, but it helps because, if my grandma didn't have these weird ways of packing things, we wouldn't have the original box. So, special thanks to my grandma for, one, finding it, and for two, somehow managing to have the original box, which is awesome. So, I'm not sure if this came with him or not. It's just some bubble wrap. And then there are these things, which I assume you put his arms and limbs in, so he doesn't fall apart or get damaged or something. These seem a bit overkill, considering the fact that that the skeleton is made of a thin plastic, but that's what he's got. What I find interesting is it comes with this thing as well as the box, which is it must have been strapped inside of him, like on his head or something. Probably on his, I don't know where, but it says Twinkle, Janglin, not jangling, Janglin bones, lights, motion, sound. Clap your hands and my bones jangle. My eyes flash and I laugh and laugh. So the same thing in different language, pretty much. 2 AA batteries, which I have replaced. Like I said, I don't know if I said this yet, but this was repaired if you want to see what he looked like originally, or if you want to see me repairing him a little bit and learn what I did. Check out my video, which will be uploaded later, and it'll probably called repairing the Spearhead skeleton or whatever, shaking skeleton or whatever. But you guys can see right off the bat, we got our Paper Magic Group logo right here, and he was distributed by Paper Magic Group, copyright 1995. 1995, once again. That is, I believe, that is the same year as the bride and groom. This was my grandma's first Halloween decoration, so it is very possible that she got this in 1995. So, yeah, guys. So, he is not Spearhead. Once again, guys, I have a lot to talk about with this box, but he is not Spearhead. He is Paper Magic Group, but probably using the Spearhead Shaking Skull patent, which I believe might be the only original skeleton owned by Spearhead, but I could be wrong on that. Why don't we just talk about the box first before getting into the actual skeleton? So yeah, so you can see 36 inch maybe Janglin bones with sound activated, flashing lights, shaking movement, and spooky sounds. Different language. Just a spoiler alert right now. Unfortunately, over the years, he has stopped shaking. He does not shake anymore. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to fix that or not, but as of the time being, I'm just going to leave him as is. But unfortunately, over the years, he has stopped shaking. The reason for it is unknown. Most likely, he's just old, and the motor just stopped working or something, but I apologize for that, guys, but might fix him, might not, but it shakes similar to the shaking skull, for reference. I know that you guys would like to see him shaking, but unfortunately that won't be able to happen, at least we got a cool picture of him, of his head, this item number for some reason, trademark Janglin bones. I like the way the text looks, honestly, it's cool. We got a picture of him, you know, his full body. You can see on here, the picture is, like, made dramatic, like, it's, like, dramatized or whatever, because you can see that it's a very deep black on him, and that's probably because of the lighting they use, but it's a very deep black, and that is not what he has, and like it says, it does vary based on the picture, as do all products, but it talks about it varying on, you know, it may vary slightly, and the color is the main part of it. You can see it talks about the batteries. Note, for best results, use alkali, you know. Simple battery stuff. Don't have, like, you know, a lot of time. I might make a part 2 of this. But, you know, just the basic how to operate him. Do not mix old and new. Distributed by Paper Magic Group, 1997. Huh. Janglin bones. Twinkle. The paper. So maybe he was created in 1997. Either way, it's after the Shaking Skull. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's 1997 or 1998. Distributed by that 1997. Very weird. With sound activated lights, same thing on this side, pretty much. The one side you guys have not seen is this side, which unfortunately, but since the box is in pretty good condition, I think it's, you know, my grandma did a good job taking care of it, but unfortunately this is the one side where it is a little bit damaged. She did use tape to fix it up, but it is slightly damaged. This is the battery with that talks about the size. I actually think I did show the side. Whoops. You can see he was $15, which, if you guys will remember, that's only about $1 more than the dressed up skeletons, which is interesting. I don't know why that would be, but you've got that going for you. And also you can see the pumpkin hollow stamp. So wherever pumpkin whatever or wherever Pumpkin Hollow, what store that is, he's from he's Pumpkin Hollow. So that's the same as the other skeletons. So he is secured in with zip ties, or not zip ties, but like you know, these things, whatever those are called. I believe there's only one of the original of those. My grandma used replacement ones. Actually, there are a couple, but she had to replace those. You know, those you can find at just about any store. So I don't think that's, like, you know, huge that they're missing. I know he's not in his original... Well, this is his original packaging, but he's been taken out a few times because he has been used, you know. My grandma had no idea this would be a collector's item at some point. But, yes, I did have to fix him, and I know that might have not been the smartest decision, but I figured it makes more sense to try to, you know, just at least fix up his look a little bit so that he looks more like a whole skeleton than have him be in pieces. You guys tell me I can probably, you know, remove the hot glue, but I think he's okay this way. I don't really plan on selling him. I did fix him up a lot, and I took a lot of effort just to get it to the hot glue to work, and to, you know, get his jaw so that this piece so wouldn't fall out every 10 seconds, even though it still falls out. I put a lot of work into him, and I think he's awesome, and I don't plan on selling him. However, I do plan to share him with you guys, like, you know, talking about information, showing him, trying to, you know, learn about him with you guys. So I'm just going to quickly take him out of the box, actually, and I'm going to have to set him down very carefully, because one time his arm got caught underneath him, and that caused his arm to pop off, and I had to glue it back on, which is frustrating. You can see the bottom of the box is actually surprisingly plain, which is odd. But I'm going to show you guys the full shot of the box. You can see it looks like a coffin. It is a bit warped, I think, but, you know, that's okay. It's still a neat box. I think it's kind of interesting that, you know, Paper Magic Group, you know, they made packagings like this, and I know a lot of you, haunters, especially, you know, you guys like to look at Spirit Halloween boxes and stuff, which are just, you know, it's a standard box. But I think it's kind of neat that, you know, way back when, at one point, they actually made boxes look like coffins and cool stuff like that. So I think it's kind of neat, because it's, you know, back then they had some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, they got cool stuff now, but... Guys, this is a demo with just a flashlight and my phone on. It's dark other than that. Alright guys, I'm gonna be giving you a demo of him in the dark. You can't see him right now, but his eyes light up. He does not shake, unfortunately. There we go, guys. I had to glue this up. It does look a little bit shorter. Or, I mean, it's not, like, visible when you have it on his, like, the way his legs are. But it is obviously shorter here. That can be removed by breaking the seal of the hot glue that I added. But I don't plan on doing that. He looks normal. Like, it's not noticeable unless you're looking for it. You can see I have the glue on this arm and this arm because they both, separated the, post thingies, the parts that like stick parts that you use to insert into the other part, the hole of the other part of the body part, so that they link together. I had to glue a couple of those back on, specifically in the arm and the leg right here. This thing does not stay in perfectly. It constantly falls out, but that's okay, because I have been kind of removing some of this, like, extra stuff that my grandma had to add, a while ago, because I'm assuming that this plastic piece broke off. I'm removing it just enough so that it doesn't fall off, but enough so that there's more room for it to slide in and lock. But, unfortunately, he does not shake any longer, but he does laugh, and his eyes do light up, so I think that's still pretty cool. You guys can see a demo of him. Very similar to the shaking skeleton. This is his original body. This is the Paper Magic Group version of this type of skeleton form, plus the Spearhead head. So it's awesome. You can see his head looks very similar to Shaking Skull. It's a little bit chipped over the years, but I still think it's in pretty good condition, considering how old it is. It's cool. You guys saw the box. I have reason to believe that it is most likely, this is probably made about a year or two, maybe 2 years. Maybe it's from 1997. I need to think about that a little bit, but I believe this is probably made 2 years after the bride and groom. Could there have been more types of dressed-up skeletons? It's very possible. Yeah, guys, this concludes at least the first part of my speculation on the skeleton and showing you guys the not Spearhead Paper Magic Group skeleton. I will make more videos if I come up with a theory, although it seems pretty straightforward, but now you guys finally get to see him. I'm excited because, nobody knew about him, and then my grandma found him, so now we have information about him. We have his box, which surprisingly was like a tombstone / coffin, non-tombstone. I think that's pretty cool. We got his, cool-looking box and the box art. I like the color scheme. It's just cool, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be on the lookout for more videos by me, and possibly more theory videos on the Spearhead Industries / Paper Magic Group.